Christine, would you be prepared to let us publish your story with photographs?
Yes, that's why I'm here.
What exactly did Charles tell you?
The truth. About Brad. That Sam Wyeth was his father.
Sophie, where are you?
So she wants to hand over her entire shareholding in the Redfern Group to me, which will, of course, make me the majority shareholder.
Oh, it's the gilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes the hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Love. You could call it ambition, but someone must be greed. Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie. I want the icing on the cake. Love.
You owe me an explanation.
I owe you nothing.
Is that so? You owe me and my children an explanation as to why you've chosen to give Rex total control. I'm assuming you were senile when you did it.
How dare you?
No one in their right minds would make Rex chairman of Redferns. He hasn't got the experience, he hasn't got the ability, and worst of all, he hasn't got the loyalty.
Would you mind keeping your voices down? The baby's trying to get to sleep.
When you've calmed down, you realize that my shares are mine to do with as I wish. And for that matter, you were at the meeting. You could have made your views known.
Oh, it was a fait accompli.
Rex has a good board. We have a good managing director. I'm sure he'll perform adequately.
You know as well as I do that Rex's sole interest in life is himself.
Pressing business here, Maxine?
Private business.
Oh, really? I'm sure you'll find we've got no secrets. Oh, would you tell Rita that we're having James to dinner tonight? I'll need to brief him on some business matters. Oh, I've seen your ad on the telly, by the way. Looks like you've got quite a story.
We think so.
Should have been you. You know that.
That's your opinion.
You're Brad's son. You should be stepping into his shoes, not hanging off Rex's coattails. What's the matter with you?
I'm quite happy with the way things are. Let's just say I have an interested overview.
You know, I only say these things because I love you.
If you love me, you let me live my life the way I choose.
In the back seat.
Your interfering in my private life has cost me a lot of dollars in the last little while. Sophie didn't deserve the treatment you dished out to her either.
It's not like you to be so tender-hearted about women.
She wasn't like us.
I know that. That's why she had to go.
Get one thing straight. You're here on my terms.
I wouldn't want it any other way.
Journalism is a wonderful thing.
What's that supposed to mean?
Your mother, she's so talented. I couldn't have done it better myself.
I gather you like the cover story.
Like? I love it.
Olivia won't tell me anything either. The first I heard about it was last night.
Well, it's your house. I mean, you share it with him. For how you stand it is beyond me.
I may not stand it for much longer. You'll be coming to the christening, won't you?
I understand it's a social event of the year.
I know everybody thinks I'm going a bit over the top.
Why not? Look, if you've got it, flaunt it. I understand James will be invited.
I thought so.
I see you in here getting on very well.
Why is it that I can't even have a harmless friendship with a man without everybody reading something into it that isn't there?
I only asked if he was invited, not if you were sleeping with him. Why?
I think petty cash can stretch to a couple of bottles of champagne, don't you, for Jasmine?
What are you giving her, Poppy?
Table mats. English stately homes.
What do you think of this, Chelsea?
If you're over 30, you'd probably think it's trendy.
And one word out of you, and I'll break both your kneecaps.
Oh, really?
state you're in, I'd be surprised if you could find them.
Save me from clever dicks and dickheads.
Tell that to Jasmine. I hope you're paying for the dry cleaning on her new dress.
Oh, I see. Not back a day before you're stirring up trouble. Where's my Panadine?
What you need, Meg, is a nice, friendly social agency.
Like Alcoholics Anonymous.
Thank you, one and all. It's been a pleasure caring and sharing with you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll just go and put my fingers down my throat.
Well, what are you all staring at? It's just something Felix bought for me.
And it's for wearing to the office, this, thing, is it?
What does it matter, darling? Once I'm married, I'll never have to work again. Unlike you, poor lambs.
Listen, mate, your big score with Olivia doesn't cut any ice around here. I'm not working my butt off while you take 2-hour coffee breaks.
Do I detect a note of resentment?
You get the message.
I think it's time you and I had a little chat.
Oh?
Yeah. Now that I'm head of the family, I can do a lot for you, if you play your cards right, that is.
And if I don't?
Oh, you will. You know what's good for you.
Everyone seems to know what's good for me. I wonder why that is.
The trouble with you is that you're soft. You haven't got the killer instinct. You let yourself get involved with women like that, oh, what was her name?
Sophie.
Sophie. I rest my case. Nice guys come last.
And who says I'm such a nice guy?
You're not. You're a prick like me. That's why I like you.
I was expecting Rita.
I was hoping to have a word with you.
If you're expecting me to justify myself, you're wasting your time.
I don't expect anything. I just want to understand why you've done what you've done.
That's my business.
It's the business of everybody that loves you. You know I care about you, Olivia. But you've accused me of being greedy. Your money. Why? Why are you being so cold?
I've given up, Carol.
I don't understand.
I've devoted all my life to this family. Now I just don't care anymore.
You can't cut people out of your life like that.
Just leave me alone.
Oh, God, I don't know what to wear to the wedding. Sackcloth and ashes, I suppose.
No, me neither.
You? You haven't got any problems?
Oh, yes, why not?
You've got that dinky little wedding dress.
Very funny.
Virginal white, how appropriate.
Long, romantic, regal, with the veil or without. What do you think, Meg?
Oh, definitely with, for that air of mystery.
Oh, if you've quite finished with cheap cracks about something that happens in quite a lot to me.
Excuse me?
And what do you think? How often can one wear a wedding dress these days?
I don't know. It all depends.
Perhaps we should all wear our wedding dresses. How do you think we'd go as flower girls?
Oh, too late. I burnt mine.
So did I. Ritual defumigation. So what can we do for you?
I'm looking for Mrs. Redfern. I got something for her.
I'll take it. Thank you.
And you just bring yourself next time. Oh, where's he been all my life?
He wasn't born for half of it.
Oh, my God.
What is it?
I'm being sued. I'm being taken to the cleaners for everything I've got.
You mean it's all lies?
As good as, I reckon.
What are we going to do?
Do? Well, there's not much we can do. We'll probably all end up on the street.
Oh, highly unlikely.
Don't count on it. Grim memories of PR loom before me like ghosts. Canterbury silage, I hear them cry. Did I ever tell you about the time I was editor of the Water and Soil Monthly?
No.
It's a very short story. I only lasted a day.
Oh, come on, everybody. It can't be the first time Maxine's been sued, for goodness sake.
True. But this time we're in the wrong. Oh, I smelled a rat with this one right from the word go. And believe me, children, it's a monster rat with eyes that glow in the dark.
Sometimes your pessimism is quite ghoulish.
It needn't worry you, Gemma. After all, you're a married woman. Alistair will look after you. Or haven't you got him sorted out yet?
Maybe just as well that Jasmine picked a rich guy.
Marriage is a high price to pay, though, isn't it?
For heaven's sake, girls, cheer up. We mustn't let little things drag us down.
It's a ridiculous amount of money they're going for.
The humour of it is currently lost on me.
You know, and in your position prints a story like that without checking the facts. What are they playing at?
This will finish me, Anglos.
No, it won't come to that. We'll find Christine. She'll support your story in court.
And John Creed.
John Creed? What's his connection with us?
Oh, he did some research for me.
I didn't know that.
He's a tremendously reliable person and very good on detail.
Pity we couldn't get glitter. Wouldn't it be great if you opened up the page and all this glitter just jumped out at you? Yeah, really acid greens.
Hey, I thought you were supposed to be working down at Gloss today.
I am, but I got bored.
Well, what about your mum?
Well, she won't notice. She's only babysitting me anyway, making sure I don't get into any mischief. It's not as though she thinks I'm any good at anything.
Wish we could do our own thing.
Doesn't look too hard to me.
Me neither.
All you need is some brains and some talent.
We've got that.
And you've got to go out and sell advertising.
We could do that.
We could go around a whole lot of shops.
And restaurants, really trendy ones.
That's all you do.
They buy the space and they pay us tons of money.
And that means they pay for the printing.
It's easy.
Anyone could do it.
We could do it.
You got to pay for models, though, and photographers.
No, but the ads will pay for all of that.
Hey, our friends would do it for nothing anyway.
Of course they would.
We need our own magazine.
Yeah. Trouble is, I'm broke. I couldn't even afford to buy us a ballpoint.
Doesn't matter, I'll pay, I'm rich.
Oh, yeah? You can't even get your hands on $100 when you need it.
I mean it. I will find that money.
Won't hold my breath. I told you.
That's all you've come to say? You're wasting your time and mine.
I knew that story was a time bomb, but would you listen to me? No. You thought you knew better. Well, now look what you've done. You've landed me right back in PR. So what did you tell Jackson?
Enough.
I bet.
He'll get me out of it. I know he will.
Don't delude yourself. You've been set up and you know it. You can guarantee the news is already all over town.
And I can see who'll be the first to stab me in the back.
Oh, can you? Because by the time our colleagues have finished with you, you'll be a regular St. Sebastian.
I really need this. I'm being sued for every last cent I have, and I've got you standing there saying I told you so. Well, thanks for nothing.
Don't take it out on me. You walked into this with your eyes wide open.
Oh, you're so damn smug.
You're damn right I am.
What are we fighting about?
Imminent disaster. The writing's on the wall.
Let's keep the gory details to ourselves, shall we?
We better not spoil the party.
What party?
Jasmine's getting married, remember? Come on.
You're all so kind.
There'll be plenty of time for tears after tomorrow.
Speech, Magda.
Yeah. Friends and colleagues, we're gathered here today to celebrate the engagement and imminent marriage of Jasmine and Felix.
Yes.
Marriage is a wonderful thing, according to the sorts of books Jasmine reads, all of which have very large print and rather small pages. I'm happy to report that none of them actually pursues the subject after the actual wedding day, which is probably just as well. In Jasmine's case, this is tomorrow. And let's hope for her sake that Felix is truly the sort of man a girl longs for. One who never leaves up the toilet seat, carries out the garbage, and can be relied on if need be to bury a dead cat. A toast, ladies, to Jasmine and Felix.
Jasmine and Felix.
Oh, come on, Jasmine. There's still plenty of time to back out.
It's just that I'm so happy. I wish something like this could happen to all of you.
Well, has he got any spare friends?
Love is a wonderful thing, but I guess you have to experience it to know what I mean.
A wonderful sentiment. And beautifully expressed.
I'm gonna miss all of you.
Olivia? I've just made tea. Would you like to join me?
Very well.
I hope you like the garden. I thought we could do with a bit of extra colour for tomorrow.
I'm sure you know what you're doing.
I would have liked you to help. It's Rex, isn't it? There's something going on between you and Rex. He's been behaving so badly and you've been tolerating it.
Taro, please, keep out of this. It's no concern of yours.
Oh, you're wrong, Olivia. You're very wrong. No, you're not going to walk away from me.
No,
you're coming inside.
Stop that, Carol. What are you doing? Let me go.
Here. If you won't listen to me, perhaps Miranda will bring you to your senses. It's better. Now tell me what's the matter.
Nothing's the matter. I've just given up.
Don't you talk to me about giving up. We're in this together, Olivia. You, me and Miranda, we're a family. And she is our future. How could you possibly give up on her? I admire you tremendously, Olivia. I need you. You keep me focused on what really matters. Without you, I don't know how I would have coped these last few months.
Don't.
It's true. And I think you should know what you mean to me.
You don't understand. It's all a lie.
My feelings don't lie to me.
Don't they? You ask Rex. He'll tell you what I really am.
Rex? What could he possibly know?
It's not that I'm not terribly happy. It's just so sad.
The end of an era.
10 years of my life.
Oh, we were all so young.
And now it all could be over.
Someone has set us up.
Oh, great thinking, genius. But who? Everyone hates us.
It was Rex.
What makes you think that?
I don't know. It's just... He was too pleased with himself this morning, waving the magazine around, going on about how he couldn't have done better if he'd tried. Who is this Rex guy?
You mean you've never heard of Rex Redfern? Used to be Thorne. Tall, dark and greasy, with a sickeningly smooth line of small talk. You must have run into him in some gutter somewhere.
Rex? I know. He's that guy I saw looking through Sean's files. The good-looking guy.
I hope I'm not too early.
No, we were expecting you. Rex seems to be a little late this evening.
Or held up at work, perhaps. And how's Miranda?
She's lovely. You know, she adores that mobile you gave her. She lies and looks at it for hours.
They love bright colours, don't they?
I expect you've got a lot of sad memories.
Yes and no.
How did your wife cope?
She didn't. She left.
James, I find this a bit embarrassing, but I need to talk to you.
Oh?
Well, it's just... People have been talking. You know the way people do when a man and a woman...
Get to be friends.
Exactly.
There's nothing embarrassing in that. Just a lot of people with nothing better to think about.
I just don't want people to get the wrong idea.
Don't worry. I promise not to give them any reasons to.
James. Sorry I'm late. Urgent business elsewhere. I trust Caro's been looking after you. Good. Caro, would you run along like a good girl? We've got some business to discuss. I'd say having a child agreed with her, wouldn't you? They get that glow about them, women. What about you, James? You got any kids?
None as yet.
Yes, I'd say Caro was a very attractive woman. Well, you don't seem to be in any hurry to congratulate me.
Congratulations in order.
And to be friendly, to at least acknowledge the new chairman of the board.
I thought we were going to work together, not have a personal relationship.
Speaking of personal relationships, you don't fool me with your innocent act about Caro either. You seem to be good friends, wouldn't you, sir?
Just good friends.
That's sweet.
How I think about Mrs. Redfern is none of your business. So I suggest you keep personal comments to yourself. Now, shall we talk business?
Oh, no, you don't get off the hook that easily. And whatever your relationship is with Caro, I suggest you bear in mind that if I say you go, you go. You may be a pretty boy, but you're not indispensable.
Is that so? And you'd do well to bear in mind that there's a big market out there for guys like me. You and your family are quite small fish.
Oh, really?
On any level, you just don't scare me.
Ah, Olivia. Here we are. Now, why don't you sit here, next to me? Caro, you here, I think. And James, you there. Rita, you can go now. Caro, if you wouldn't mind helping me serve. I think you'll like this wine. It's some of my grandfather's I found down in the cellar. He must have put it down around when my father was born. A toast to the family. What do you think, James?
It's very nice. And very extravagant of you.
Perhaps we should have another toast. Caro, let's drink to the baby, to Miranda and her christening tomorrow. And to those of us in the Redfern family who are unable to be here with us tonight. Our absent relatives. Douglas, Bryce, Sam Wyeth, he was almost one of the family, and of course, Brad.
No booze in it. Want me to lose my license?
Thanks, Sam.
And do me a favor, will you? Once you're drunk, go home. I don't want Mum on my back.
Right, all right. I'll promise I'll go home and read a good book. I just wanted you to have a look at something, that's all.
What?
This.
Oh, God, not another magazine.
Well, look at it, can't you?
Glitz. What kind of a name's that?
Just in the idea stages right now.
Who did this?
Tanya and me. Well, mostly Tanya. Well, what do you think?
No, I think anything that keeps you two off the street's got to be good for you.
Come on, Alistair, you know it's good.
Okay, it's good. So what?
So lend me some money. Be a darling.
Oh, now I get it. You want to go into the publishing business.
That's right.
Okay, so where's your cost analysis? Where's all the homework? You don't just go into the business at the drop of a hat.
You do.
And how much do you think this is going to cost?
It's $5,000.
$5,000?
What you spend on a couple of suits. Come on, Alistair. Lend me some money. I'll pay you back out of my trust funds when I get them.
You're not borrowing against your trust funds.
You tried.
And Dad wouldn't help me for the very same reason I'm not going to help you. You can't go taking a risk with the only security you've got.
You've changed your tune a bit, haven't you?
Just pull your head in, Chelsea. You were the girl that was so smart you refused to sit a UE. Go out there and do it by yourself without the family to back you up. Don't do any harm to fall flat on your face.
You patronising creep.
See you later.
All right, Alistair. You're not the only fish in the sea. Excuse me.
Listen, I know he did it. He simply won't own up to it.
You're going to have to do better than that. Because if you can't get him to admit it, we're for the high jump.
I refuse to believe that.
Believe what you like. But the fact is that Chinnery's got a good chance of getting every cent he's going for, if we get to court.
You've got to get me out of this. I don't care how you do it.
Look at the facts. What your Christine forgot to tell you was that the work you saw was remedial work on another plastic surgeon's botch-up job. You believed her without independently verifying the facts. She'd even signed documents with Chinnery to protect him against possible lawsuits.
Scare them off. Do whatever you have to. That's what I pay you for.
Maxine, you don't seem to understand you've been very cleverly set up. And unless you can kill this libel suit at its source, there's nothing anybody can do to help you.
Bluff them. Do whatever it takes. No one's going to get the better of me, especially not Rex.
I'm confident we can double our profits within 2 years if we stick to these new plans of mine. We need a few risks. We've always done everything by the book, and where's it got us?
It's got us a healthy family business that can withstand just about any major knocks in a volatile economy. Our conservative image is in our favor as far as I can see, especially with the ripples your appointment to the board are going to cause.
I quite agree. Don't you, Olivia?
You're just like your old man. You've got no nerve.
Perhaps.
I don't think personal criticism is really helpful. Do you, Rex?
Oh, I see. You two are ganging up on me. What about you, Olivia? Don't you think it's time you reminded everyone of the authority I have in this family and this firm?
It so happens I have something to say. We've been raising our glasses, drinking a toast to absent friends. I have another toast to offer. Rex? Absent friends. Never a day goes by but I think of one or other of them. Brad, Sam Wyeth. I want you to raise your glasses and drink to my departure.
What the hell are you talking about? What departure? You never told me about this.
Yes, there comes a time when one has to step aside. When you have to acknowledge that you've done all you can and that one's usefulness is now limited. Rex now holds all the power that I once fought for. Money. You have family. You have control over a substantial fortune. As for the rest of my family holdings, I'm leaving them to Miranda. You will have my instructions in your office tomorrow. The truth is that I'm very like you, Rex. For years, I had more money and power than most people in this city. And for a woman to reach that position, she had to know what it was to be ruthless and dishonest. I despise you. That may not surprise you. But more than that, I despise myself. I know I have to leave this family and leave it now, before the corruption I've been responsible for spreads to innocent people. I can't live with that.
What have you done?
Me? Nothing. A little bird told me that Sam Wyeth was Brad's father. That's all. Seems he was a cuckoo in the Redfern nest. My, what would they say about that at the Bridge Club?
So, you found the one thing you knew could crush Olivia, and you were heartless enough to use it. Ah, only you could have done it. Only you would have been low enough. My God, you're going now?
Yes.
But you can't do this.
I have to.
But this is your home. Olivia. Olivia. Olivia, please. Talk to me.
Please don't make it any harder for me.
I know why you're going. Rex just told us, and it doesn't matter. Don't you understand? It doesn't matter.
Well, it may not matter to you, but it's very important to me.
I thought we cared about each other. I thought you cared about Miranda. We don't care about your past. We love you for what you are. We don't want your money. We want you.
Please do try to understand. I love you both very much. That's why I have to go.
Then take us with you. You've got to take it all away.
Now, Caro, just you calm down. Come on. Now take a deep breath. That's right.
I can't have a party. Not today. Not without Olivia. I can't seem to get through to anybody that it mustn't happen.
You're quite right, of course not.
Then you agree with me. I have to cancel all this.
Well, that's one way of doing things, but then there are always options.
What options? I haven't got any options.
Well, you could think about what Olivia would want.
Oh, you're a fine one to think of Olivia.
Oh, let's leave me out of this. You've got a problem. Olivia's walked out on us all, and the christening is today. Now, you can either cancel the christening, tell the world what's happened, and lick your wounds, or you can do what she would do in your place. She'd go ahead with it.
She would not.
Who does Olivia love most in the whole world? What living creature?
Miranda, I suppose.
Exactly. She's just proved it with that splendid act of generosity. Do you think she'd want her grandchild to miss out on her own christening? Do you think she'd want the whole world to know our family secrets?
Perhaps you're right.
We don't often see eye to eye. But the one thing Olivia and I would always agree on is that we Redferns must present a united front, no matter how we fight in private. But, look, it's up to you.
No, I can see that you are right.
Oh, give yourself a break. You've been organising this for weeks. And if you want a hand...
No, it's all right. I'll leave the plans as they are.
So, should I get the christening robe ready, Mrs. Redfern?
Yes, thank you, sir. You don't often make sense to me, Rex. Thank you.
It's the least I could do to offer you some support before I go.
Go?
Oh, of course, I realise I'll have to go now that Olivia's gone. Wouldn't be right for me to stay.
Sometimes I think this is going to be the story of my life. Dressed in Yves Saint Laurent, with everything going down the gurgler.
Never mind, Mum. When I get my magazine going, I'll give you a job.
You're very sweet, darling, but you've got a lot to learn before you become as nasty and as crafty as your mother.
I can learn.
I'm sure you can do something far more imaginative with your life than become like me.
What's the matter? You scared of the competition?
Who knows? Maybe I am.
You going to the christening today?
I wouldn't miss it. Have you ever heard of a christening without the wicked fairy? And we've got Jasmine's wedding to go to, too. Oh, I'll never get a fashion editor quite like her.
What about me?
Be serious, darling.
I am. But as it happens, I'd much rather run my own magazine. Tough luck for you, though.
Delusions of grandeur?
Maybe. Don't they run in the family?
I brought breakfast.
Oh, great. Hey, do you want to come to this christening with me later on?
No, I better go to Jasmine's wedding. She'd kill me if I didn't turn up. Besides, the girls are on the warpath right now.
Why?
Well, you know, Rex set Maxine up for this libel case, don't you?
Well, apparently this is what everyone's saying.
You're partners, you and Rex. How do you feel about it?
Nothing to do with me.
I mean, how can you be in a partnership with someone like Rex? That's what I'm wondering.
What are you driving at, Gemma?
Nothing. Only, you wouldn't want to end up like your father, would you? I mean, Brad was a nice guy, but by all accounts, he was a loser. He couldn't pick who to trust, and everyone let him down.
My father was a decent man. I don't think qualified to comment on his life.
Hey, I didn't mean to offend you.
I know what you're trying to do. First you interfered in my private life, now you're trying to interfere in my professional life.
I'm only wondering if you need a partner that's going to stab you in the back.
So long as it's only Rex that I've got to worry about.
Da 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 da.
The Gloss office will be closed today due to unforeseen circumstances. No, I should say it's a wedding,
Yes,
really.
of course you should.
Come on. This office will be closed because of a staff member's wedding. If you wish to leave a message...
Condolences will be gratefully accepted after the beep.
What's this? Rose petals from my dad's garden.
Oh, and how long ago did you pick them?
On the weekend. I kept them in the fridge.
Oh.
They're supposed to be really romantic.
Well, not this lot, dear. Compost, perhaps.
Hi.
Just you. Oh, Mum said she'd meet us at the registry office.
And what about Gemma?
Don't worry, she knows where to go.
Oh, let's go and have a drink on the way. Come on.
Please don't worry.
You don't seem to understand, Cara, that it's very dangerous to just disappear. May seem like a great idea at the time, but if nobody knows where you are, anything could happen to you and nobody would know.
I thought you at least would have a contacting address.
Just instructions, that's all.
I'm sure she planned it extremely well. Oh, but you're right, of course I'm worried about her. I keep thinking it's her choice. That doesn't seem right. I mean, here I am, organising a party. And what does it mean? What does anything mean if you haven't got the people you love around you? I'm a rich woman. I have a big house. I lack for no material thing. And yet I feel foolish. Can you explain that to me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm being silly.
You should be happy today. It's a very important occasion, your daughter's christening. Her coming out party, you might say. Nothing should spoil that.
If only Brad was here.
I'm sure he wouldn't want you to cry today.
I don't seem to be sure of anything anymore.
So, you want a partnership?
Exactly.
I want to tell you to get out right now.
So you should. Only there's a small matter of a libel suit which I can call off at a moment's notice. Wouldn't that be a load off your mind?
You creep.
Compared to you, I'm still a rank amateur. To us. You need time to think, I can see that. You're used to thinking on a small scale down at the domestic family level. This is real business I'm talking about here. Not just magazines, but newspapers, television stations, movies, whatever we like. Red Ferns, that's nothing.
And where's the money coming from?
That's the wonderful part of it. You and I are the closest people in the world to one of the biggest piles of money around.
Aaron Sloane.
My father. It's just sitting there waiting to be picked up while he rots in the nut house.
I really loved your father.
I would have thought that made you as good as morally entitled. And you can be sure of one thing, he'd understand. Because it's exactly what he'd do himself.
I got this from the dairy. I couldn't think, would you use long grain or short grain? It's instead of confetti.
I don't think it would be culturally sensitive. You friends of the brides or the grooms?
We're mates of Felix.
Oh. No Gemma? No Maxine? No happy couple? You sure we've got the right day?
Perhaps the car won't start.
Well, that's an original theory, I suppose.
What do you mean Olivia's not going to be with us? Is she sick?
No, of course not. She just had to leave late last night in a hurry, that's all. An old friend of hers in Christchurch is terribly ill, not expected to live. And the family begged Olivia to go down and stay for a while. She didn't have the heart to refuse.
I've never heard of any old friend in Christchurch. Are you having me on?
Caro's heard Olivia speak of her. Mrs.
Enting. I know it seems strange, but the call came and she's gone.
Seems strange, all right.
Mrs. Redfern?
I haven't said how beautiful you think your sister looks.
She looks fine. A baby's a baby, for heaven's sake.
And I think you wore this very same christening gown.
Well, it's a little over the top, but even then I went for quality.
Coming, Rex?
No, I don't think so. Can't stand church. Too boring. Good of Elle to do the decent thing, wasn't it? And stand in for his old man. Still left you with damn all to do.
They're a quarter of an hour late. Or maybe she's come to her senses and run for dear life.
Well, girls, our troubles are over.
I thought they'd just begun.
We got ourselves a new business partner. Tell you all about it later. Where's the wedding? Oh, we can't wait here forever. We've got a christening to go to. Come on, Chelsea, family duties. Bye-bye, guys.
Yes, I think I've just completed the cleverest negotiations of my career so far. You could say it took genius.
Really? Perhaps we ought to celebrate.
Right here and now.
Why not? They've all gone out. We've got the house to ourselves. You're not scared, are you?
Scared?
Well, I hope she's all right.
Well, what on earth's going on? One less wedding in the world. I can't call it a tragedy. There was a time when you weren't so cynical. Well, that's made me even more cynical.
Oh, it's her. Jasmine!
Oh, Jasmine!
What? There's been a raid.
A raid?
What? The police. Oh, girls, what I've been through. I've been strip-searched. No, police brutality. Well, where's Felix? Oh, arrested. And the worst thing is, they've taken my entire wardrobe into custody. All my jewellery and all my fur coats. They said they'd been stolen. No! Yes! They said I'd stolen my entire wardrobe. Oh. They're going to use it in evidence against me. Oh, they even took my black floor-length mink, the one I used for après ski.
Oh. Did it ever occur to you for one moment how Felix could afford all these things?
Well, he knows a lot of wholesalers. Oh, what am I going to do?
Start walking by the looks of it.
Oh, no! Stop! Watch it!
Thanks, Magda. You saved my life.
Think nothing of it. Just pay my Amex account when it comes in.
I could die when I think of it. Nearly naked in the middle of town.
There, you made a lot of people very happy.
Oh, Felix, how could you do this to me?
I'll make a nice cup of tea, shall I?
I love that guy, Magda. I really did. He was so kind, so generous, so thoughtful. And he had the most beautiful eyes. Didn't he have beautiful eyes?
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous eyes. And a gorgeous aura. Did you notice his aura?
Yes, I thought it was rather flaky.
Oh, how could he do this to me?
I'm sure he's got a perfectly good explanation.
There's a free bus to Paramoremo on visiting days.
Oh!
Oh, by the way, Magda, someone left this for you at my desk. Must have been while we were out. Oh, wasn't that Sean's?
Yes, it was.
What's he giving it to you for?
Because he doesn't need it anymore.
I'll be downstairs if you need me, Sarah.
Don't worry. I'm sure we won't need you.
Excuse me. Where's Olivia, for heaven's sake? I thought she'd be lording it over everyone. She needs every chance she can get these days.
The official story is she's visiting a sick friend in Christchurch.
She hasn't got any friends, let alone in Christchurch. Something's up.
So, there's going to be an empire. You thought of a way to get your hands on Daddy's money, no doubt.
Clever girl.
I would have thought you could have told an old friend first.
Negotiations are at a delicate stage. I wouldn't have liked an old friend to prejudice the outcome.
I hope you're going to remember old friends.
Old friends who play their cards right will do very nicely.
And what will be expected of them?
Discretion.
Scared? What of? You own this family, Rex. I would have thought you could take whatever you like.
Right now, I need you exactly where you are.
At arm's length.
Looking after my partner.
And where does your partner stand in all this while I'm doing what I'm told?
I've got plans for him.
Good.
Celebrating on your own. That's not very sociable.
Darling. I've been looking for you everywhere.
I'm never very far away.
Alistair, I've got to talk to you.
Can't you talk here?
No, I've got to talk to you alone.
Has anyone asked where Olivia is?
What if they have? We're all telling the same story. Party seems to be going well.
Yes, Miranda was very good. Otherwise, you might have cried, but she didn't.
Yeah, it's good to see the old house being used the way it was intended. People swarming, family. You do this sort of thing extremely well.
Thank you.
I'm sure it won't be long before you make somebody a perfect wife. Again.
I don't think I'll ever marry again.
I never wanted to marry myself. Who wants to get tied down? But I'm coming round. A man in my position ought to have a wife, kids, some stability in his life. And a woman that was accomplished and charming as my wife. Who knows what I might achieve? Think about it.
I'd rather die.
That's very strange. Why would she take all of her personal papers if she was only going for a few days?
I was going to show Cara the photo of me at my christening, the one of Grandma holding me. She used to have it in a little silver frame. I'm scared, Alistair. I think something's happened to Grandma.
Okay, calm down. I'll sort this out.
You? What use are you? Why did I even bother telling you? You're just like all the rest of them. You're even in partnership with Rex. How can you stand and look at yourself in the mirror in the morning? Oh, you don't care what's happened to Grandma. What's it to you?
Just shut up, Chelsea. You don't know anything.
Oh, yeah? I know enough to know that Rex's father murdered our father and that you're working with him just the same. You're a traitor, Alistair Redfern.
Just listen to me, you stupid kid. I know damn well who killed our father, and I know damn well what kind of a guy Rex is, but unlike you, I know when to keep my mouth shut. What am I on about? You're just a kid. Forget I said anything.
I'm sorry.
Just leave it to me to sort this thing out, huh? I owe it to Dad and Mum and you And I owe it to myself.
Are you ready to cut the cake, Mrs. Redfern?
In a minute, Rachel. I just need a moment to pull myself together. I feel as though I've been violated. That settles it. He leaves this house today. I have to go and cut the cake now.
Sophie, Mum, something's wrong. Olivia's gone.
Gone? What do you mean? People like Olivia don't just go.
She's just disappeared. I'm scared. Nobody seems to be taking any notice.
Rex, what's going on?
Oh, you've heard the news then. It's all true. Olivia's done a moonlight flit into self-imposed exile. Perhaps she's atoning for her sins.
Well, what about my children? What about Chelsea and Alistair? Did she leave any instructions?
That's not the point. Don't you understand? Olivia's gone.
Never about them. All I know is that she's left all the worldly goods for baby Miranda. Do you think she'll spend it all in one shop?
I don't believe it.
Well, you'd better.
I hate you. I hate all of you.
I guess we all know why we're here today. We're here to celebrate the christening of my baby sister Miranda Redfern, who's 6 weeks old today. Well, some say that we Redferns are people of some position in the world, and I don't know so much about that. Miranda was wearing hand-me-downs at the church, and I can vouch for that because it was an old frock of mine. Seriously, it was, of course, the family's traditional christening gown. I think my father actually wore it on his day. Which brings me towards why I'm here. My father can't be with us today, and I'm trying to think.
We have the Redfern baby. The baby is quite safe with us, and we will contact you about the ransom. Do not notify the police if you wish to see the Redfern baby alive.
As well.
Oh, it's the guilt on the gingerbread, the icing on the cake. It's monuments and mirror glass, the city's on the make. The devil takes the hindmost and no one counts the cost. It's such a sweet seduction. Lost. Could call it ambition. Did someone whisper greed? Don't want you for a friend if you're a friend in need. Not gonna tell the truth if you swallow a lie.